why people have been loving Restoration Garage for years. What also makes the show special is its host, David Grainger, one of the most renowned car experts in the world.
What happened?
Rust Valley Restorers.
Are you as excited as I am to hear who this winner is?
In 2014, a guy came out of obscurity to win the most prestigious award in the custom car universe.
JF Launier, you're the builder, you're the guy that's breaking into it, and you're the real deal, man.
So you're not going to believe this. These two guys hanging out, we're on the hunt for 70s vans and lowriders, right?
But you are.
Well, I am.
Lowriders.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I like lowriders. I spent far too much time in 70s vans.
Yep.
So, and back in the 70s, I knew guys who were building vans, and the ones that are hanging around now just pale in comparison.
Really? There's a couple real nice ones here.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, there was some, and the trouble is, these things were artwork, but guys used them, and then they just rotted away.
Gotcha.
And I saw that. I would see them 10 years later, and these beautiful works of art.
They fall apart.
Yeah, this one guy built his van into a violin, and the whole outside of it was music notes. But if you could read music, you could see it was Beethoven's concerto by Beethoven.
No kidding.
It sounded tacky, but it was one of the most magnificent things because it was just pure art. And 10 years later, I saw it was all rusty, and the wooden violin head that he had off the front of it was all rotted.
Right, right. So, well, I think what people forget is that we're just car enthusiasts, and it doesn't really matter what genre. It's never really mattered for me.
Well, no. I mean, you know what? There's stuff that gets me excited still.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, there's a lot less than there used to be.
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many, of everything. But I mean, I still see the odd thing that just gets me going.
Well, let's see if we can find something that cool.
You know what it is? Custom cars and hot rods that show some imagination.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Or are original to the 50s or whatever. Those are the ones that those excite me.
I'm with you. And it takes a lot to get us excited at this point.
Well, because you've been there, done that. And I mean, I've been going to car shows for, a lot of years. And I started out when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. I was building model kits by Barris and Ed Roth and Cushenberry and all of those guys. So, I had a firm grounding in this stuff.
No
but,
kidding.
Look at that.
I know.
I mean, that
says Papa Wheelie.
Exactly, yeah.
And
a car where you basically got to sit in the back seat to drive it is perfect.
Yeah. And we give those a gimme for having a Chevy in them, don't we?
Yeah.
Big block Chevy. I don't know who was the first to do that, but it was clever. Little English car with way too much horsepower.
I think, the Fiat Topolino's, the mouse.
Yes.
Was in the early 60s, and probably late 50s, guys started dropping American V8s in them.
Yep.
Because they can, and drag racing them because they could get them down the track. Because you could sneak up on people.
Right.
But, I was a complete denier. And then we got our first Volt.
Yeah.
Right? And now I look at it, Tim paid $4.5 million for a Bugatti Chiron.
Yep.
And then he bought a Tesla. The Tesla was faster than the Chiron.
That's hard to argue that logic, isn't it?
I've got a client who wants one of these right now.
No kidding.
Yeah. She's all torqued up.
He wants one with windows or with the sliding rack?
I don't think that she cares if it's a 27 window truck or not. I can remember when I saw one of these hit $300,000 at auction. I thought, no, you can't be serious. But,
It takes that much to restore them.
Well, it does. We did one for $80,000 once. I remember how mad the guy was at me. And then he won everything. But $80,000, this is almost 30 years ago.
Right.
So, See, now, look at the paint on this.
I know. The hours and hours and hours.
And the planning. Because every single one of those layers has got to be pre-planned.
Sure. There's one in the front room I'll have to show you. It's probably it's the nicest lowrider here by far. He's actually one of my friends from Quebec.
Oh, I saw that car.
Nice, eh?
Yes.
Very
Very
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
See, now there's a nice...
That's got it all right.
I would like to see that. That's
Yes.
nice. That's got that whole...
Three deuce
Yeah.
and a show guy. Because you can see all the V8s are standing up proper on the wheels.
Yeah.
This guy knows the
He
game.
knows what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Really cool seats in
Oh
it.
my God! I watched Hot Rod Girl about a month ago.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's terrible. There's no girl in it. There's no girl in it. There's no girl in Hot Rod Girl.
That doesn't make any
There's a girl
sense.
driving a 57 T-Bird
Yep.
a couple of times, and she's the Hot Rod Girl.
No kidding.
Yeah, I started watching some of these old movies.
I'm going to have to.
Fast forward is handy,
Yeah.
you know, but they are a lot of fun. Actually, a lot of the dirt track racing. You see these
Oh, yeah,
guys
that makes sense.
in the, like Model A's and Model T's and stuff, dirt track racing, and you think they're crazy. You see how fast they were going on those little tiny wheels.
Sure. Sure.
Only an 18-year-old kid would do that.
Right? I'm still worried about your wife. Dave, she wants our picture. You want to be in the picture?
Oh.
Next generation. Have a good day. Well, and I think as stewards of the industry, that's something we got to do, is take care of the public and the people that appreciate our work.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nice old Packard. I haven't seen one of those since yesterday.
So I restored one for Eric Nielsen, Canadian Member of Parliament, that was Leslie Nielsen's brother.
Oh, okay.
He was a big-time car collector. Ended up moving to our region and wanted to play cars. For us, that was what we liked about your show the best, is when it was very relatable and personal, whether it was about your wife's horses or whether it was your travels. The nuts and bolts of putting cars together, we understand that, right? So
Yeah.
getting to know that you're real people was it was really good for us. It was like, okay, we're just normal people.
Well, and the other thing too is because we didn't release. I mean, nothing scripted and it wasn't set up. You know.
Like that.
I mean, if they set something up, it is because it had actually just happened and they didn't get it.
Right.
You know? Oh Jesus.
That's some serious metal work done there.
Yeah.
Why you would give yourself that much of a task, all aluminum, when the real ones are fiberglass, are they not?
Yeah.
So that's for real.
That's funny. See, that's a vehicle. I mean, this is cool because it's,
Because you can appreciate the workmanship
I can
and somebody
appreciate
going
the
through the
workmanship.
labor.
But if you look at the handling, like my guys, you can't tell that there's a weld.
That's right.
Right?
Of course. Yeah.
But that's just all metal finishing and the whole bit. It's the way to do it. But those are skills that are gradually being lost.
They are being lost.
But I'm sure they're using this for drag racing.
Guaranteed.
So
This van's got me though. It really does. It's like your grandma's 1970s living room.
see, what I find these days when people do this stuff is is this an original? I don't think so. Is it?
Has that flavor, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, Vanarama 75. Yeah.
That's got some peace, love, and joy, happiness there.
Yeah. We did one of these a few years ago with the engine in the back and the whole bit.
Yes. Well, there's a
so here we
sleeper.
go.
Bingo. There we go.
Yep.
We agree on that, don't we?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Especially this one.
I can't wait to get you to my hometown. If we can ever convince you to go there, I've got one guy that's been building cars for 50 years.
Yeah.
They are this times 10 as far as
Yeah.
execution. Look a little flatty here. Oh.
Did I show you pictures of my 30?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love that car.
I love your wife's 32.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh,
Yeah.
my. Love it. Yes.
There we go. So at least putting a valve cover like that on their 34
Uh-huh.
would change the car, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Not V8.
Yeah. And it's not a, it's a V8, but it ain't a Ford V8, and that's the Ford V8 logo.
Mhm.
So that rankles with me a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so 1960s.
And it's so pretty
It is.
and well done.
Yep. That's a very
Look at how straight that
60s
body job is on it.
Yeah. This is a dramatic piece.
Even the grill. So the grill must be hand fabricated, then chrome plated.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Oh yeah, this is special. No, this
Yeah.
one's special.
And bubble tops. Bubble tops are so cool.
Yeah.
Now I know the Buick windows actually fit on the Chevrolets. I don't know if they fit on the Oldsmobiles like this. I think this is an Oldsmobile.
Yeah, this. Oh yeah, it's an old.
It's an Olds.
Well, this could have been in the LA show in 1967.
And I
66.
love that.
Yeah. Needed to bury the white a little bit.
It needs pinstriping.
Yeah. Well, that, and it's also, if you ran your hand across it, you'd be able to feel
For sure.
the white. But that's just cutting and buffing.
Yeah. And the 4 layers of clear.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2 wins.
Yeah.
Just when you think you're going to go to a car show, not seeing anything you
Turnpike
fall in
Cruiser,
love
that's the
with.
third one.
I never fell in love with those cars.
They're just over the top.
They are, aren't they?
This is the Turnpike Cruiser has the aircraft stuff on the top of the windshield there. So this
Right.
is just a monolith. Yeah. Canadian version
So
of it.
okay. So that's even more rare, obviously.
Oh yeah. That's nice. See,
Just
now Janice loves this guy.
love that.
Yeah.
Teresa desperately wants one for ornament at the house.
Yeah. See, if Janice was here and this had a for sale sign on it, we'd be in some serious. I wanted Keith to build me one because he's got the original molds and everything for the original car.
Really?
The last one he did was for Butch. What's his name? And he was. They got footage of me sitting in the coffin. I thought he was doing it for me.
How romantic is this? Full bar and a fireplace. Brilliant.
Shagadelic.
Okay, we could get into vans.
Hey, I did Supervan, which
Did you?
George always said was that. Yeah, matter of fact, I saw it online yesterday. I went, holy shit! It was in the top 10 American customs of all time.
That's
And I went,
awesome. Super van.
And George always said that was that was how the whole van craze started, which was of course complete bullshit. But it was George. I was at a show once, the Superman. George was there. And I walked by and he's going like this, and he's signing it. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just signing it. I said, I don't want it signed.
That is funny. We, Teresa and I actually went, now that the Barris shop's closed, right? Teresa and I went and actually got to cut the actual last bit of the Barris sign off the gates. You know those gates that have been there for 100 years? So they were just sitting there and it said Barris with, and we figured it out after we cut it off, but it was actually the bat head. So made a deal with the owner of the place that as long as I cut it off cleanly and restored the fence to what it should be, because they had no ties with Barris, so we actually have the last remnant of anything that's.
Well, Larry and I were there, and the back was a body shop, like that had nothing to do with it. But the front, Joe G was still running the front.
Right.
But it was like open by appointment only. So I mean,
Yeah.
after they sold the Batmobile and split the money between the two of them, they lost interest.
Of course. I think they were just interested in selling whatever was left.
They were.
Yeah, it was super to be in Detroit again with a really great car. It's in the front hall. It's a green 68 Cougar. Worth seeing if you haven't seen it yet. We got another nod from the judges and made our 5th grade 8 finalist. We believe it is the record, yeah. Somebody else went through their archives and figure that out, but we're pretty sure that's the record for sure. Yeah. We're just, we've started our YouTube channel, Killer Kustoms. If you haven't gone on there yet, you can kind of see our automotive lifestyle, whether we're buying junk out of farmers' fields or bringing cars at discount for some great shows. Everything in between. That's what Teresa and I have been doing for the last year and a half, and it's pretty fun.
I would like to be able to say that we did on a regular basis, but it really hasn't happened over the years. And I've become good friends with people in the industry.
I know at our shop, we're really looking for passionate people that are excited about their ideas. We don't care how it comes. It can be a multi-million-dollar car. It can be a $50,000 touch-up on a person's special car. We've worked on golf carts. If you're excited about something and you want it bad enough, we're really excited to help you get there. We're not brand judgmental at all.
No. Right now I have none because I bought a beautiful 1931 Great Lakes, which is a biplane. First airplane to do an outside loop. If you ever saw the Great Waldo Pepper, it was all about doing outside loops. Well, the Great Lakes did it. But mine's a hot rod. They came with a 185 horsepower engine. Mine's got a 450 horsepower Russian engine on the front. The insurance company said before I could fly it, because I hadn't flown for 3 or 4 months, they wanted somebody to check me out. So I got a checkout pilot on it, and he had to do 5 landings and takeoffs before he could take me up. And on the 3rd one, he crashed. So it's being repaired and restored at this by a company that specializes in that right now. So I'm down from having 5 airplanes to 0, but I'll be back up. I actually had a beautiful World War II Vultee Valiant, and it was the Tuskegee Airmen's Museum pestered me about it because it was the only unrestored one, and so I sold it to them. So that was, my opinion, a great loss, but the Tuskegee Airmen's Museum is a pretty good place for something to go to. So, and as far as cars, well, I still have far too many of those.
More tractors than cars?
I sold some. I'm down to 11. Yeah, I'm down to 11 from around 40, because I realized after collecting all these tractors, you jump on and you fire them up and you do about 4 circles, and you're pretty much done. Hot rodding came from, it was originally because young guys couldn't afford to buy a car, so they built their own. But then hot rodding became something that was pushing the envelope. I mean, in the 1950s and 60s, you saw customs and hot rods being observed by the big 3 in Detroit, who were taking their design cues off people like Roth and other greats in California. I think that we're going to see modern technologies being put into hot rods because that's the spirit of it. Maybe you or I'd rather see a flathead Ford with triple carb on it than a 350 small block in a 34.
Want to see my car?
I already did a tour of it with the owner.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get underneath and have a look?
No, because you know what? I'm too old. If I get down, I'm not getting back up
one,
at this time of day.
Yeah, I put enough mirrors on that you'll be able to snoop right through there.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
So think about that for a minute.
Uh-huh.
It's such a show car that we actually write it backwards in the car, so you
can see it in the mirrors.
read it in the mirror.
Yeah.
And
No,
everything's supposed to look very factory. You and I talked about how that was really the coup de grace, but we really wanted it to look like we hadn't done anything.
Yeah,
So
and yet it's so subtly and completely different. Yeah.
And the owner's name, I didn't get his first
Kevin
name.
Mindel. Kevin Mindel.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, really.
He
nice.
was instrumental in what we did to the interior.
Yeah.
He said, you know what, I kind of got some ideas and I want to run them past you, and before you know it, his ideas were superb, and we just,
Here, showing me
away
his
we went.
drawings for the interior and
Yeah.
Well, that's the nice thing. When you have a client who has not only sort of something in their mind they want, but an ability to express it, because, I mean, we've run into a lot of times where you got a client and they go, and you come up with all these wonderful ideas, and they, but they can't express what they really want.
Sure.
That 57 Cadillac, the Brougham, exactly. I would say, okay, let's do louver the hood because that'll make life so much easier and everything. No, like every time I come up with that, what he wanted was just an almost stock, completely radically altered 57 Brougham.
Yeah. Well,
if you know what I mean.
two ends of
Almost
the
stock.
spectrum, and you got to be the guy that.
And I got to be
blends
the
them,
guy
right?
that transplanted
Yeah.
all of those, the lack of ideas, because he had no ideas.
Sure.
Now he said, can you put seatbelts in it, but I want them invisible.
That's difficult.
Yeah.
Well, especially considering that the Brougham, the whole side opens up and there's just a little stock there for the doors. So, they'll come up with something. And you know what? He's never complained.
Right.
Car cost over $1 million.
Awesome.
Never said a word. You
Awesome.
know?
And it takes that kind of budget to build one of these special cars.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Did
does.
you catch on to my half wheel?
I love it.
No, I did not.
And how it fits in the trunk. Right?
Yes, it fits right in the trunk.
What's his son's name?
Means
Brandon.
it makes the ride a bit rough, though, or do you have really good shocks?
Right? How about that trick?
Yeah.
I just got sick of seeing at car shows. You always got those little
Yeah.
corner stanchions, those little triangulated
Yeah.
things that hold up a car, right? Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I'd rather see it still look like a car, and it's a lot more effort.
Yeah.
It sure looks awesome.
I love the color of the car.
Thank you.
And I really like the color of the interior.
I did that myself, the color
Yeah?
of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. So what flips have you got in it? Or what?
I took 2 production colors. Now, I've kind of changed my ways of building custom colors. We used to just cocktail the
Yeah.
stuff.
Which
Used to
makes it
we used
hard
to call
4
them
years down the road.
Exactly. And because technology has been changing so much, whether it's waterborne or I'm just like, okay, I'm going to use a production color and a production color. And I'm going to cocktail those a certain percentage until I get it the way I want.
Yeah.
The actual color on here, the base of it is the actual factory green that they had in '67 on the Shelby cars.
Yeah.
So I know I've got a base and I know I've got a color that everybody likes, and then cocktailed it with enough of a bright color to just kind of bring it up a bit.
Yeah. I mean, we got very, as I said, when we did blush, we painted the car copper, and then we just laid violet and red coats over and over and over.
Right.
So it would be copper colored, and then the whole car would flash pink.
Yeah.
And then it would run back to lilac and then back to copper. So, hey, how are you?
He says he's already had the Grand Tour, so
Yep.
No,
yeah.
Oh, this.
I don't even know the JF thing. I can't do it justice.
Well, no, but, well, yeah, you're right, because I never noticed that.
You didn't look down there?
No, I don't look down at
He
cars.
says he's too old to bend over anymore.
Yeah.
I said, I can get down and look at it from the bottom, but I'm not getting back up.
Well, we didn't want you to have to look too deep, so we thought we'd just
Exactly.
remove half the
Just
section so you can see
Open it right
in.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we do, It's hard to drive, but whatever.
Yeah,
I said a little
exactly.
lumpy, good shocks.
Yeah. Somewhere around 90 miles an hour, it starts to even out. You know what I'm going to do that's fun on this car? I'm going to turn the lights on because that's actually fun.
Lights.
Sure. Hey, I'll do it, George Barris. I built this. What am I doing? Oh. Yes.
All right, you probably got other things you want to get done.
Thanks for your hospitality. We really appreciated the tour of your shop. I thought that was spectacular.
Well, you're quite welcome. It was nice to see somebody else who's inflicting as much self-damage on themselves as I did.
The pain.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good meeting. Well met.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is not the first and last. This is the first of a long association, I hope.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I can't wait to see you on the other end of British Columbia visit.
I haven't even started abusing you yet. Just
I know,
wait.
I know.
And she's doing this, which means you're crazy.
Gotta go.
We gotta go.
All right, kids. See you soon. Cheers.